La inteligencia artificial es un tema que ha puesto en controversia al mundo entero. Se habla de la automatización de la vida, mejoras en la comunicación, movilidad, una mejor infraestructura en el sector salud, mayor productividad laboral y crecimiento económico. Pero ¿eso representa el desplazamiento de los seres humanos? El experto Sebastian Thrun platicó conmigo al respecto. Pues estamos hoy muy emocionados, tenemos la oportunidad de platicar con nada más y nada menos que Sebastian Thrun. Él, tiene un amplísimo currículum, ha participado en muchos proyectos y participa actualmente en muchos proyectos. We are here to talk about artificial intelligence, and you are really not only an advocate, but you practice this technology a lot in your projects. So I want to begin by asking you, what is your biggest argument in favor of artificial intelligence?
Well, we all have to become to rely on computers, but computers are very, very dumb. To make a computer do something, you have to spell out as.
You've worked throughout your life in these autonomous vehicles, first in Stanford, then for Google, and now you're working on aircraft, electric aircraft. Do you think vehicles and transportation methods should be the most important field for artificial intelligence to be applied?
I wouldn't say it's the most important field, to say it's one field, but there's some very basic human needs, from food to shelter to safety to transportation to education to human health services, that are the core at our existence, in my opinion. If those are missing, we have a problem. In transportation, what we'll see, just yesterday night in Mexico City, it is a nightmare. And it's not just a nightmare here, it's a nightmare around the world. More and more people want to drive, and the streets are clogged with cars. So something like 10 years ago, I started working on self-driving cars, and did this at Google. I built the Waymo team, and we got to the point where our self-driving cars are as smart as human drivers. But there's still a flaw in this idea. And the flaw is that the roads are still congested, right? You might be safer, but they're still congested. And then I started working with my partner and friend Larry Page on flying cars. Flying cars is the wrong word. They have no wheels. They take off like a helicopter or like a drone, and then they fly you, and then they land. And the ones we built are all electric, so they're very, very, very quiet.
So you also, you were very involved in the Google X project, and this project characterizes itself by solving problems in very innovative ways. What would you say, I know you say that you have done all these ventures because you want to solve problems. What would you say to people in countries like Mexico, to young people who do not know how to get involved in these kind of things?
Well, Anna, it's a great question. Google X was my attempt to really build a moonshot factory where we do crazy things. I would say to young people a number of things. First of all, when you look at the history of invention, there's more inventions today than there were yesterday or the day before. In fact, almost anything you care about, from your cell phone to smartphone to even like running water in your house and flushing toilets, is not older than 150 years, whereas humanity is 300,000 years old. So at some level, almost everything interesting happening right now. So open up your mind. Don't let yourself held back by people who say no. Almost everybody who says no is wrong, especially the experts, because the experts are expert in the past. Pick a vision that you believe in. And once you pick the vision, there's two rules. You can never give up, and you have to be super smart in learning along the way, because often people fail. They call this failure. You try something, it doesn't work. But failure is a success because you just learned what not to do. And if you keep learning, eventually you'll succeed. That was the way I succeeded in my life.
Sebastian, thank you very much for this interview. Please keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Please keep sharing it with everybody. Thank you very much.
Thanks for interviewing me. Pleasure.